My name is Dr. Shelly Cameron, and I'm an executive coach and leadership. I focus on leadership development. This year, it is Caribbean American Heritage Month, and it is June. June, as you know, is Caribbean American Heritage Month, and we're right here now in the Senate office, and we have many things that are happening. So I'm here with my distinguished colleague, Maxine Barnett, who is an executive coach for soft skills services, and she will be sharing a little bit about etiquette and the protocol of working in the business area as far as this is concerned. So I know, as you, Maxine, would you like to comment a little bit about this topic?
Okay, so I am also here. I am happy to be here. It's Caribbean American Heritage Month, and each year we're here. But today we have the opportunity to meet in the hallowed halls of the Senate of the United States of America. And when we're here, we get a chance to meet with different people from different walks of life. And it's a great opportunity to just talk about some of the protocol that is involved in meetings of this type.
Excellent. So we'll just ask her to jump right in and share a few points. We're not going to be too long, but we want to share a few points that.
Right. So as Caribbean people, we know sometimes we can be really a bit casual, yes? But here, we are here at meetings, and sometimes we have to really pay attention to how we present ourselves at these meetings. Something as simple as punctuality is something that that we need to pay attention to when we come to these meetings. The meetings start at 8, we need to be here at 8.
It's not about Caribbean time, is it?
So we need to pay attention to things like that. We need to pay attention to how we present ourselves visually and how we present ourselves verbally. It's also an important time in terms of building relationships, because although we're from the Caribbean, we come from different islands, and sometimes the culture is a little different, although sometimes if people feel that people from the Caribbean, we're all from the Caribbean, we're all the same. No, we're not. So it's an opportunity to understand each other's culture and build relationships across the islands.
Excellent. And as we're talking about, we're very diverse out here. I'm actually from Jamaica.
And I'm from Trinidad and Tobago.
And we do have many Guyanese and Surinamese and all kind of people
Haitians.
that are gathered here right now today in this building.
Right. So it's an opportunity to learn from each other, an opportunity to learn about each other, culturally and otherwise. Yes.
Any other points you'd like to speak about?
Sometimes we need to, we need to pay attention to how we dress, and I know that's a particular subject, but when we're attending meetings, we need to make sure that we address appropriately. There are some things that we choose to wear when we're in the Caribbean, or we choose to wear when we are in other places, that when we are coming to a meeting like this at the Senate or the House of the United States Congress, we need to wear business dress as opposed to the casual things that we like to wear from time to time.
And in some cases, we've been around on Capitol Hill as well. So all of this in this area is basically the same thing that you're talking about. So no matter where you are. And yes, we do have, we have to be open to different generations.
Yes.
That's where you come in,
Maxine. We have to be open to the young. As a matter of fact, we have an upcoming program for the younger ones among us, because sometimes they too need to learn how some of the dress that sometimes nothing is wrong with the dress, but what is appropriate for the situation, or what is appropriate for the environment that we are in. Yes.
And in concept as well, how you address individuals in certain what did I say, positions?
Yes.
Offices that they hold is the proper way to...
Learning to address people by their correct titles, their correct honorifics, as we say in my business. That is important, because, and we also need to learn how to pronounce people's names. We are diverse people again, and we mispronounce names. we say we need to, we don't know how to pronounce it. Check and make sure that we pronounce and address people the correct way.
Exactly. We've listened to the news, and sometimes even on air,
absolutely,
there are some mispronunciations, and they get into some heated conversations because they mispronounce names.
Sure, and a sign of respect is learning both to pronounce and spell people's names correctly. That's a sign of respect. Yes.
Is there any other point you would like to make before we close?
What I should say. Protocol is about again, respect, and it's about understanding and building relationships. And the time that we take to build these relationships, sometimes these relationships last forever. So as our friend said recently, good friendships. Good friendships as one of our Jamaican friends.
Good friends better than money.
Yes, good friends are
Pocket
better
money.
than money. Yes, so it's important to build good relationships. Yes.
And Maxine, I know you do have an upcoming workshop. Would you like to just share a little bit about it?
Yes, the workshop is targeted at the younger generation, younger generation, because we notice that, okay, they get a lot of their information perhaps from social media and the social media influencers and that kind of thing, and sometimes they are not the persons who really know, so we want to make sure that our young people, who are the people who are going to succeed, are going to be in terms of our succession planning, that they understand some of the basics in terms of meeting etiquette, business etiquette, and even protocol, especially international protocol, if we are going to operate in an environment like this.
Right.
Yes.
So we want to say thanks to Maxine for sharing this, and it doesn't mean that we're targeting or not targeting the younger ones, as in the Gen Z and the Gen X and all, but it is something to educate them on. We're not trying to change anything. We like their boldness and what they are stand for, but at the same time, it is a way to share with them and educate them on some areas that are falls under the topic of protocol.
Sure, and instead of criticizing them,
Right.
helping them to understand, because sometimes we
Exactly.
criticize them and they really don't know.
Right.
And
right.
even some of our adults, we're
Don't
talking about the
know.
young people, but even some of our
Right,
adults, they
right.
really don't know. So instead of criticizing,
It's
help them to
educating.
understand, educating.
So that's what our program is all about.
Yeah.
As executive coaches, leadership executive coach, my colleague here. And Maxine, can you tell them where they can find you?
Or they can find actually both of us. They can find us both, both on LinkedIn. We are always on LinkedIn, and also certainly for me, you can go to my website at softskillservices.com, and you can find me there.
So I'm Dr. Shelly Cameron. I thank you for joining us and for listening in, and we look forward to sharing with you so you can learn and grow. We're all about personal growth and development, and those soft skills that you.
And the soft skills, and we're also happy to take the opportunity during Caribbean American Heritage Month to just share this. Yes.
Yes. Thank you so very much.
My pleasure.